Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I am the new executive producer of this YouTube channel. Everything that happens here, from now on, is because of me. For too long, this page has been held back by obsolete equipment, strict adherence to outdated concepts, and an irrational fear of change. Change is inevitable in this business. Therefore, I have taken it upon myself to do what has to be done. My authority is total. My control is absolute. And right now, I'm going to prove it. Because in my first act as executive producer, I am upgrading the audio-visual presentation, meaning that as of this moment, this archaic webcam is being forced into a long overdue retirement. Leave the memories alone. I don't want to see the way it is and how it used to be. And that's not all. There are going to be many new and exciting innovations in the weeks to come. So sit back, strap in, and hold on tight. And now, without further ado, let the show begin. Fools. Well, as you can see, things have changed a little bit. Apparently the cell phone that I thought I stole from Fourth Dimension Fool Killer had a tracker in it. That's how he was able to follow me back here. And now he's completely taken over everything. He redesigned my page. He won't let me use my black and blue title screen anymore. I've got to shoot the videos on this super complex digital camcorder that I don't understand. Look, I know my old webcam wasn't the best and the audio-visual quality was kind of crappy and everything, but it was mine, goddammit. Now, he is letting me continue to do the videos, but I've got to do them the way he wants. Here, see this? This is the run sheet for tonight's video. He won't let me use it. But the show must go on. So, let's do this thing. So Impact starts off with Rob Terry losing the global title to AJ Styles. Okay, that's good. The match was a short throwaway and had tons of interference. I don't see why the phenomenal AJ Styles should need that much interference or interference in general to beat Rob Terry. But hey, Terry is no longer walking around with a championship. Hallelujah. Back to Explosion for you, buddy. See you later. For the second week in a row, the knockouts were actually interesting. Now, granted, the title change was stupid as hell, and I have no idea why Madison Rayne, of all people, is getting this big a push, but they've got a lot of new dynamics working right now. I mean, Sarita's a heel, she and Madison are working together, the Beautiful People are disintegrating, Velvet might be turning face. I mean, so it seems like they're really making an effort to change up the status quo, and I like it so far. I mean, things feel a lot more fresh with all this stuff going on. Because since Hogan and Bischoff showed up back in January, my biggest complaint about the knockout division was that it was boring. Because it was. And it looks like they're finally taking some steps to correct that now, so that's definitely a positive. Something else that's a positive. Kurt Angle. I love this Kurt Angle storyline. It's the most basic thing in the world, but it's accomplishing so much. Angle's working his way up through the top 10 ranked heavyweights, which I presume is going to lead up to Bound for Glory. And astonishingly, every guy that he's wrestled so far has gotten put over. Angle wins the match, yeah, but his opponent looks great in defeat because he had a competitive match with Kurt Angle, and Angle makes his opponents look great. Like Hernandez. Sure, he lost the match, but he still got put over because Angle made him look great. He even kicked out of the Angle Slam, for God's sake. And that was something that I think Hernandez needed after he was somewhat exposed in the Matt Morgan cage match as being perhaps maybe not as polished as he should be. Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy. completely idiotic to give the match away on free TV? Yes, absolutely it was. And it was almost ruined by them saying that it was this huge, by the announcer saying that it was this huge dream match for the fans, and then them going to a phone call with Eric Bischoff as soon as it started, completely ignoring said dream match. But at least it was a good match. They gave it 10 minutes, which is an eternity for an Impact TV match, and they were smart enough to not have one guy go over the other. A time limit draw was the perfect finish considering where they're ranked right now. I think Jeff Hardy is 2 and Joe is 4, something like that. I mean, both guys look strong this way. And I like how Samoa Joe keeps slowly moving his way up the top 10, because my theory on that is that they're trying to keep him and Kurt Angle away from each other until they can do their match in a big pay-per-view like Bound for Glory, which would be ideal if neither guy is going to be in the world title match at that pay-per-view. And one last thing before I get to the big talking point here. Why the hell did it take TNA so damn long to put Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns in a feud? These teams have awesome matches together. They fought at the pay-per-view, they fought last week, they fought this week, and they've stolen the show every time. And this was the main event match, which was really cool, I thought. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but their match last week was the highest rated segment of the show, wasn't it? I think so. This is a really hot feud right now. Granted, I am not happy about the Guns being 0-2 since they won the tag titles, but they have at least looked strong in defeat, getting screwed out of both matches, and they did get that point across. The real issue here, though, is that at the rate these guys are burning through the gimmick matches, there's going to be absolutely nowhere for this feud to go by this time next month. They had a regular match, they had a ladder match, they had a street fight. I believe next week is going to be a cage match, and I guess after that it'll be an Ultimate X, and then an Elevation X, and then a Steel Asylum, and then a Monsters Ball, and then they'll finish off the feud with a good old-fashioned tag title on a pole, loser wears a chicken suit match, and by then, no one will care anymore. The feud is great. The matches are fantastic. Just cool it with the fucking gimmicks, please. Now, as for the ECW thing, this was actually really surprising to me because I went into this predisposed to hate it. I figured I liked it last week because they presented it well, but this week it's just going to fall apart, and almost against my better judgment, I ended up liking it. But before you say anything, I know. Okay? I know. I know all the arguments against this. I was prepared to make them myself. But after seeing it, I feel a little differently. I thought this was just going to be TNA trying to make a cheap cash grab by milking the ECW nostalgia for one night, and I'm sure that's part of it, don't get me wrong. But the way this came off, it played out more like them taking the world's biggest pot shot at WWE. Because Tommy makes this really impassioned, heartfelt speech. They bring up WWE's version of ECW. They say exactly why it was complete garbage. They shit all over it. And then they say that they're going to give the fans the real ECW for one night to give people a chance to say goodbye the right way. And this is all because TNA gave them this opportunity. Now, I was actually impressed with how well thought out this was, because they jumped through a lot of hoops to get the point across that this will not be a TNA show, because TNA wouldn't do it right. I can't believe Dixie admitted to that, by the way. I mean, it'll have TNA's name on it, but this will be an ECW show booked by the ECW guys for the ECW fans. And if there was one thing they could say to get the ECW fans interested in this, that was it. So if that was their goal with this whole thing, then in that capacity, I think you have to consider this angle a success. Anyway, my opinion of this whole thing hasn't changed. I'm not interested in an ECW pay-per-view in 2010, but a lot of other people might be. So, for now, I think this is a brave but risky thing for TNA to try, and I don't think it's going to pan out, but I'm interested to see where it goes, and that's more than I thought I'd say. I like it so far, but it's a wait and see right now. So, stay tuned on that one. That's everything I wanted to cover, so you guys take care, and I'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. That's better.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown. Tell me again, am I awake now? Maybe you can find the reason that no one else is living this way.